No, you Gucci. Hey yo, welcome to HollyHood, episode 5. We back. My bad about the technical difficulties. Yeah, I mean my laptop had died on me. Yeah, I mean but we back though. Like I said, let's welcome to HollyHood. You come through, you talk with the sensei. I let you know what's going on with my mind on the topics that I want to discuss. You know what I mean? And you know where you can find me every week, every day on the Blurred Cartel. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, and Twitch. You can also find me on What It Sound Like every Thursday at 7. Not next week, but every Thursday at 7 on What It Sound Like. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, it's welcome to Hollywood. We in the building. And I'm joined by the con man. What's going on, bro?
Saturday, man, it's your boy, the comment, KJN_men.510. That's the Bay. Catch me Universal the Base. Catch me on What It Sound Like podcast. We get your reviews. Catch me on the Blur Cartel. We doing well. And catch me on Tap In, No Capping, where basically if you're a blurred and you've seen it, then what's your opinion today? We doing HollyHood talk. So
Yes, sir. And
HollyHood.
like I said, I mean, before we was abruptly, taken off the air. I mean, my fault. Niggas should have had it charged his laptop before this. But yeah, I was going into this post that's been going around on Facebook. You
We doing this?
Yeah, you know, we got the WNBA, the Wade.
Shout out to Universal Debates, man.
Definitely shout out to Universal Debates. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
But we got the average salaries, like I said before. You know, you see in the WNBA, it's about almost a little bit over 100,000. Where in the NBA, the average salary is about 8.5 million. You know what I mean? So, oh no, them people ain't. Listen, man. It be your own people because it was me. Yeah, I mean, I got me. You know what I mean? But yeah, the WNBA lacking the revenue to now. I just was doing some research before I came back on. I mean, the league as itself is valued at just over $1 billion. You know what I mean? So the league itself, and they just signed a $75 million I think it's like a TV deal or something like that. So hopefully that will start to increase the viewership. You know what I mean? More people watching. But for me, the big thing is I feel like with the WNBA, and it may be some people out there that's watching that disagree, but I feel like more women should support the league, watch the games. You know what I mean? It's a lot of women that would, rather watch other things that the Love and Hip Hops and the Real Housewives and all that other crap. You know what I mean? But the WNBA right there, support it. You know what I mean? It's women they very athletic, bro. They got it's superstars in that league. You got your Candace Parkers, Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Skylar Diggins. You know what I mean? It's the stars is there, bro. I mean, there's ballers in the league. I mean, so but what's your opinion though? I mean,
We really went in on these comments when me and you talked about this, but you seen what I said, bro. It's a big ass contradiction. Like women are saying everything with this. I don't give a fuck. I was gonna say like try to censor myself, but I'm gonna say the Me Too movement, this hyper put women first, believe women, like all this shit, bro. Like that's sex related, but I'm talking about just the whole mentality that women are so disfranchised and whatever, but no, don't actually go into the statistics. I think it's bullshit that women overall women are saying worldly saying, oh, women don't get paid the same, and oh, look at how the WNBA is paid in comparison to the NBA is bullshit to even compare because they're two separate leagues. When you try to compare a man's pay to a woman's pay, they have to be in the same job in the same company. These are two separate entities, two separate companies. So you can't compare the same pay rate. They don't get paid the same. Their worth is not the same. Their work ethic is not the same. And as I was bringing up to HollyHood when we had this conversation, um, women are 7 times more likely to be injured in playing professional basketball than men are, and yet at the same time, not pulling off the same talented skills as the men, and not producing the same work ethic. And when I say the same work ethic, I mean that it's not as aggressive, it's not as high speed, it's not as violent as the NBA. Yet women are 7 times more likely to be injured in a game. So you want people to be invested in seeing what others perceive in comparison to the NBA game as mediocre. And then on top of it being mediocre, it's like, oh, and they being injured and they out for a long time because their bodies aren't naturally equipped to play professional basketball for this amount of time or for this amount of years. It's like that's already a bad investment. Like I'm not saying that the WNBA is not cool to watch. I've watched it with my sister. Shout out to Asia. My little sister, she in college right now playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's how she got her scholarship. So I'm all pro women playing basketball, but you to compare the pay rate in comparison to men, there's way more statistics and things that go into that than just saying, oh, male, female basketball equal pay. It's way more than that.
I mean, yeah, the equal pay. I don't. That's not gonna happen. But as far as like the league, people saying the league itself or the product is mediocre, I think that's crazy. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. Mediocre in comparison to the
I mean,
NBA, not
you
mediocre.
if you comparing it to all right, the NBA, obviously, you know what I mean.
That's what I'm
But
saying. Yeah.
yeah, all right, but
I'm not saying that the players themselves, because you have WNBA players obviously that could come to the court right now and wash us, regular Joes and shit like that. But if we comparing it to the professional level of the men who are playing in the NBA, then it's mediocre in comparison. Like you can't think of a female LeBron, D Wade, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Like you can't think of those type players because that same talent and skill is not applied. That's just really what I mean.
well, yeah, because obviously it's physical differences between men and women. I mean, so I mean that's like Asia, how you doing? I mean,
So to
I think
Asia.
it's gonna be rare if we see
You know
a
where this gonna
female.
go now to Asia in the comments.
It'll be rare if we see a woman with the
Physicality.
physicality or I mean the body structure of a LeBron James or something. That's gonna be crazy. Like I mean, and in today's society, if there was a woman built like that, what everybody gonna think. I mean, it's do we have a Joanna Man situation going on? That's what I mean. So like, but no, I feel like to get to the nitty gritty of this topic here. I mean, to get to the nitty gritty of this topic here, I feel like I said before, in a group on a post, the league itself need to make more money. I mean, whether it's adding more teams, playing more games, I mean, they need to make more money. Like if once the league itself starts bringing in more TV revenue, more merchandise revenue, ticket sales, all that, then there could be more money to be spread around throughout the league. Contracts can go up. I mean, and I feel like there is possibility for that to happen because, as I mentioned before, they did just sign a little TV deal. I mean, 75 mil, that's not little, but I mean, they signed a deal. I mean, you get another one, those deals keep coming. Next thing you know, you booming. Like I said, the value of the league is already at over, just a little over $1 billion. So, I mean, once
But
billions get added to that, I mean, it's going to take time, but it can happen. I mean, I,
yeah,
I really feel like I really
sorry,
feel like we will see in the future WNBA players getting these $1 million plus contracts that they should be getting. I mean, like I know we want it right now, but I mean, you gotta let the money be made for it to be spread around. I
I
mean,
feel that. So I also want to say, as a quick Google search. So we talking out our ass this episode. Okay, all right. So past that, this episode, right? Not episode. I need a girl who can pick me up for real. All right. So with this statistic, right here, it says as of 2018, the answer was absolutely said that 2018 Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA, said that the WNBA had lost an average of 10 million per year for every year of its existence, including the posting of 12 million lost in 2017. Hold on. Never, not once in the history of the WNBA had the league turned a profit. So you mean to tell me that the league itself has been losing 12 million plus dollars a year every year that these women play, they losing 12 million dollars from the league. Like they're not turning no profits for their employer, yet they expected to have their pay raise. That's crazy. That's crazy that y'all feel that way. I mean, but I'm talking out my ass, so
If
don't
anybody
listen
in
to
the
me.
comments want to slide, I'm about to drop the link for you. You know what I mean? I got you. I'm gonna drop the link for you.
Y'all feel that way.
It's
I mean,
open
but
invitation.
I'm talking out my ass, so
If
don't
anybody
listen
in
to
the
me.
comments want to slide, I'm about to drop. All right,
Yeah.
but
Now,
yeah,
past that, I also want to mention that if you talk about equal pay, like I said, two separate companies. Now, you want somebody to get paid on the same level as men, or let's say whatever level of men that play in the NBA. They have to play against each other. That's how that works. You want the same pay, you got to go against the same competitors. If you're sitting here saying that, oh, that's not feasible, then you can't be expected to get paid the same rate. That doesn't make sense. If I'm going against a certain caliber of players, then I get paid for the caliber of players that I play against. You know what I mean? Because I'm in a separate league than you. If you're playing in that league, then you get paid the caliber of women or players that you play. You can't sit here and say, "Oh, I play against and I'm in a whole different company." Like I saw somebody else in the comments say that's like comparing Adidas to Nikes. It's like, oh, we both make shoes, so we should both get paid the same for the shoes that we make. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah, the product is obviously different. You know what I mean? But the WNBA did. I mean, the one disadvantage that I can clearly point out is the NBA had like a 50, 60 year head start. You know what I mean? Before the WNBA even existed. Like, I mean, because we know back in the day, women wasn't afforded certain rights. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and then I don't know. I'm pretty sure back then there was some women out there, that could shoot a, a couple jumpers. You know what I mean? So had it been a league that started a couple years after the NBA started, maybe right now the WNBA would be booming. You know what I mean? But
I got something for you. Hold on, because you just said you pretty sure back then it was some women. Hold on, I got you. Because I do research. That's one thing about me. I don't talk about my ass. I do research. I don't never go based off of my own opinion. But I'm gonna tell you about this one basketball player. I sent this to somebody a while ago. Hold on one second. One second. Let
it's
me
it's
find.
it's not it's in no way, shape, or form a mediocre product at all. You know what I mean? The
A
WNBA.
mediocre product in comparison, not a mediocre product for what it is. For what it is that they play, it's a high level of product because of the level that they're at. If you put it in comparison to a different level, which is the NBA, then it's mediocre. It just is what it is. But let me find this for y'all. It's got to be an easier way to
No,
find this because there's
I
a.
feel
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
in comparison to the NBA, obviously there's what NBA has in excess of 3 pointers, dunks, alley oops, all that. So there's more excitement. The NBA is
Way
more
more.
exciting. You know what I
Way
mean?
more.
But talent, I don't. I I'm not gonna say that they're mediocre in comparison.
Scary ass.
No, I'm keeping it being because I'm pretty sure there's some players in the WNBA right now because of the way the league is. If you just need a spot up shooter, somebody that's just going, you know what I mean? it's some women that could fill that role and excel in the league right now. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean?
Name them.
I, all the
Name them.
players with his name, Candace Parker, Skylar
You
Dick. You know what
you
I
think
mean?
that they
Yeah,
substituting for a myth? Come on, man.
listen,
Come on. Keep it a beam, man.
I am. That's why I said some. I didn't say all. You know what I mean? The top level athletes in that sport. It's but the NBA is more exciting, obviously. You know what I mean? The NBA is more exciting, obviously. I mean, it's more athleticism. I mean, there's like that's not even to be debated. Like, I mean, I can't. There's no argument to offer for that. Like, I mean, because
There we go. I found it.
you see what
All
the
right.
things they
So
can do.
to talk about women who are good enough, right? Oh, it won't let me click on my link that I sent. Hold on. Is there a way to? There we go. Bam. There it is. All right. So for women who say that women deserve to be in the NBA. If you know who Lucia Harris is, Lusia Harris, she's the queen of basketball, first woman drafted into the NBA. In the 1977 NBA draft, the New Orleans Jazz selected a 6'3" center out of Delta State University with the 137 overall pick. The difference between this individual pick and all others in NBA history is that the Jazz selected a woman. Her name was Lucia Harris, and while she never appeared in the official NBA game, she was a force to be reckoned with on the court. Harris was born in 1955 in rural Mississippi and spent a lot of picking cotton as a child. Her parents were both sharecroppers, blah, blah, blah. All right. So, anyways, all that to say, yes, are there some women that are talented enough that they could be drafted? That's fine. But
Yes,
still to be still drafted is fine. Still to be at the competitive level that the men are at, is you're still not there. Now, mind you, in the story of Lucia Harris, right? Bravo to her. You know what I mean? She's a
right.
great player. She's a woman in in Black history. In case y'all ain't never heard of her, I just wanted to put that out there. You know, we always pro Black women around here. But with that being said, she turned that down because she believed that women should be highlighted and their talent should be showcased by competing against other women. You can even bring up women like Serena Williams, who's the best tennis player in her field. Even she acknowledges that she would not be the player that she is today if she had to compete against men. So y'all talk about the pay raise and shit like that, but even women realize that there's a significant difference of what they bring to the table in comparison to what the men bring to the table. So the pay raise is going to be different based on the work ethic and the work that you're able to produce. It just is what it is. It's very not. It's not a huge you know what I mean? Geography. Nigga, geography is not even geometry
It has to
base,
do
bro.
with
It's two
the
plus
product.
two equals four, bro. Like y'all like even the women in those professions are telling y'all they don't want that. So I don't understand why y'all even make these arguments.
No, but I do agree with what Miss Harris said about wanting to showcase her skills, not like, oh, I gotta showcase this against men. I mean, I'm a woman. Let me be a woman and showcase it on my own. Like, I mean, I get that. You know what I mean, and I mean that's why the WNBA exists. You know what I mean, but like I said, we just gotta allow the money to be made for the money to be spread out. You know what I mean, they
And I
getting
also, sorry, I ain't trying to knock you off, but I also had brought out a topic that women say that they don't get paid a lot in the WNBA when the average player, not the most paid, but the average player makes over $100,000 a year. That's 100,000 like two some or whatever, but it's a lot. You feel me? That's if you think of the average man like or person, whatever, the highest thing you can get paid is that. Then you in the six figures. You feel what I'm saying? So you still in your professional as an athlete get paid more than I had a whole list, but of chief executives, of lawyers, all types of like high professions that people go to school for 20 plus, 10 plus, whatever years. And if you think of other athletes that are male, UFC, fucking what else did I bring up? I said UFC or even Olympians. Olympians make $77,000 max. Fucking average fucking MMA fighter makes 10 to 30K. So it's not that women are making less than men, is that in comparison to the sport that they're in, they make less. But men in other sports, rather the risk, because I heard another when I brought up the statistic that women are 7 times likely to be injured in the WNBA. Okay, when you think of other hazardous jobs like fighting in the UFC, they only get paid 30 bands. 30 bands in comparison to 100 plus. People that are Olympians,
Yeah. But
77K. They
that's
get
what they
paid
signed
100
up for.
plus.
I
You
mean,
get
at
paid
the end of the
100
day,
plus.
at the end of the day, that's what you signed up for. If that contract say you gonna get paid this dollar amount and you still put your name on that dotted line, you know what I mean? Hey, who's to blame but you? You still signed that
Well,
contract.
if that's the case, then we gotta apply that same mentality to the women that feel like they need a pay raise. You decide that dotted line. So where this conversation
Listen,
comes
the WNBA could easily. I don't know. They should have a players union. I'm pretty sure every sport has a players union. I mean, the NBA has locked out plenty of times. You know what I mean? I mean, the NBA has locked out plenty of times. You know what I mean? So they could easily just say, you know what? We not playing until this happens. You know what I mean? The NBA has done it. NFL has done it. Major League Baseball, NHL, hockey. You know what I mean? I don't think we haven't seen a WNBA lockout or whatever. You know what I mean? If they just say, listen, we ain't playing until we get paid,
I also want to say
something
that
may happen.
the WNBA as Olympian players have half the credit that the NBA players do. Their record is trash. That's so. I guess all my statistics is just on my ass. I would like to hear any statistic, any factual evidence that you would like
I
to
mean,
apply to this
I see. I
conversation.
the statistics are real. I seen them. You know what I mean, it's not like
I think
yeah,
it's what women in the Olympian championships have only won 29 in the Olympics, but the NBA has won 49. So 2 times the win rate than women, and still they want the equal pay as men.
but when did
Come
those
on.
women in the Olympics start playing? Because you got to remember, yeah, I mean, the men was playing the Olympics
Yeah, the
basketball.
Olympics didn't even start in the beginning of the NBA though. That didn't start until much later. People didn't start to say, "Oh, let's start playing against other." You feel me? That didn't start until later. You feel me? So it's like,
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying the NBA had more. Well, men already in the Olympics already had more games of playing basketball before the women even started. You know what I
I
mean?
feel
So
that
the numbers is already inflated
it's
because of that.
already
You know
inflated.
what I
I
mean?
feel that.
But you know what I mean, like I said, all they
Statistic
gotta do,
reputation. All right.
all they gotta do is increase the revenue, more TV money, more merchandise money, more ticket sales. I personally have been saying for years, I feel like if they add more teams, you get more players. You know what I mean? Because women's college basketball is exciting. People love that. You know what I mean? They always tune in for the March
Bro, going
Madness.
crazy.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's where most of the star basketball players are in college basketball. You know what I mean? So, and they have a plethora of teams. So it's like, if the league itself, I think how many teams does the WNBA have? Let me look at that. Let me look that up.
While he's looking that up, I also want to say for the women that feel like y'all really want women to be paid more in the WNBA, watch the games, buy some tickets, invest, do the same thing that the NBA people who watch NBA are doing. The women do not fixate or obsess over basketball the same way men do. They fan base is, and even when you look at the fan base of men comparison to women who watch the WNBA women's basketball, over 66% is men. Men are watching the games, not women. So while y'all sitting here complaining and saying, "Oh, women should get paid more," how about y'all actually be invested instead of just being emotionally invested? so that they pockets can rise. If you put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, I also I agree with that point wholeheartedly because I was saying that in the beginning of the show if more women supported it, I mean maybe because if it's a woman dominated sport with male dominated viewership, I mean you know but
Oh no.
like I said, WNBA only has 12 teams. I mean, so it's kind of hard to generate the kind of revenue you want with only 12, you know, products. I mean, I feel like they need at least 20. I mean, if they could get like 20 plus teams, I feel like then that revenue is it's a bunch of it's a plethora of cities across the United States.
Right.
I mean that have
We
enough
don't want to talk
space
about that.
to build arenas and and you can add new teams. I mean, if they can add new teams, I feel like that's more viewers, you get more players. I mean, but yeah, we could spend all night talking about this, but we not. I mean, WNBA.
Oh,
They,
last point I want to make is that, like when I said that 66% of the fans of WNBA is men, majority of that is black men. I just want to put that out there. So while there's a whole like statistic of like men aren't supportive women and we don't believe in pay increase and all that other shit. No, actually, we're the number one fucking supporter. I'm just applying the fucking statistics on why it's not feasible or why it would be that y'all don't get paid the same rate. It's HollyHood. I'm just doing a PowerPoint of what we just went over. The injuries are higher increased. You don't have enough teams. Your league don't make enough money. And the skill set that's applied in the NBA is not the same in the WNBA. There's a lot of other statistics that go into the sponsorship is not the same, and the women are also not putting money into their tickets the same thing that women do when it comes to the NBA. Because believe it or not, a lot of the fan base is women as well in the NBA, but it's not the same energy when it comes to the WNBA. So if those things start changing, that the PowerPoints that we just went over, naturally the pay raise would increase. But hey, we
but
say
yeah, man.
so much. It is. It is. What's that 34? Yeah, so 66 in comparison to you ever did a 66 34 split with somebody? You want to know what that money look like? It's a big difference.
But yeah, WNBA. Just we need
Oh
some
man.
more teams. I want to see. I like the product. I watch it. I even got a WNBA fantasy league that we run. You know what I mean? So listen, I fucks with the product. I just need more. Just give us more teams. You know what I mean? Just give us
Give us
more
more.
product.
Give us a
Give us
lot more.
more product. You know what I mean? You know there's talent out there. You got there's girls overseas that can play ball, college, all that. You know what I mean? Just we could have a female LeBron James, not in like the physicality aspect, but as far as who like the name, you know what I mean, the popularity, you know what I mean,
I
the
believe in that.
influence on the game, you know what I mean. We could have that, you know what I mean, but
I
yeah,
agree.
we gonna move on. Next, John, two things can be true. We talked about this on what it sound like before. Yeah, I mean, we touched on it briefly. I mean, we touched on it briefly a little bit, but Jason Lee tweeted, "Social media ruined hip hop." You know what I mean? So two things can be true. You talk about how it has not even just hip hop, but music in general, how it has ruined music, and
Quick
how it is.
question. I know it's not. I know this is not like we ain't gonna go back to the topic, but you remember how you said you want to do 50-50 in a relationship?
Right.
Imagine a 66-34% in a relationship. You think that's feasible to make you happy? That makes sense. Combat women should be the new red pill boys. I'm not a red pill dude at all. I don't think that men are superior to women. I don't believe that You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, all the little statistics that go into relationships specifically when it goes to red pill is completely against the kind of dude that I am. But specifically, if we're going to talk about money, then we got to go to statistics. We can't go with our emotional mindset about how we go into business. That's just my mindset. But if we talking about emotions and relationships and wherever like that, then we could talk about the emotional shit. You gotta bring that shit out of it when we talking about business. But
All
go
right.
ahead. As far as we talk about music, let's do it.
Social media has ruined. Listen, so how has social media helped and ruined? You know what I mean, music. I feel like ruined it. You know what I mean, because we always see the TikToks and the you know what I mean the people who really don't have no talent for real get famous over people that actually put in the work. You know what I mean? Like we seen like for TikTok, this one instance where I feel like what happened, it was this young black girl, she made up a dance or something. You know what I mean, song, dance or whatever. You know what I mean? White John took it. Next thing you know, she get rich. She get a whole TV show for her folks. You know what I mean? Black girl, she don't get nothing. You know what I mean? It it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Then you have what's the chick, the Dr. Phil shorty, Catch Me
Oh
Outside.
yeah, 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 yeah. Catch me outside.
Social media blew her up. Next thing you know, she's a rapper. You know what I mean? And then like, hold on, let me get to these comments first, cause they going in.
My relationship gotta be 100, or I don't want it, or want it 150-50 either. Okay,
Yeah, you 100% from each.
that don't. Okay, that all right. That don't even make sense to me because you understand that 50-50 is equal and 100 is equal, right? So you saying the same thing with those, but you never mind. Anyways, past all that. With that being said, as far as we talking about this whole relationship with the social media and music, I think that I think personally it has helped it a great deal. I think that a lot of things wouldn't a lot of first of all a lot of bro,
Yeah,
it's not
it
it's
just
a
helped.
lot. Like first of all, like okay,
Two things could
um
be true because it ruined
yeah,
and
two
it
things
helped.
can be true.
You know what I
I
mean?
think that we will get into it because you know how I feel about it. We talked about it before, but as far as social media, who really broke the screen when it came to social media? Soldier Boy. It would be no Soldier Boy had not been for the social media. We not had the you. We wouldn't have none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of artists and a lot of influence that has great great responses from social media that has happened for in the defense of hip hop in the defense of I mean underground artists. So I think that it's a great help. I what's her name, Icy Spice or Ice Spice, wherever the fuck her name is,
Yeah,
she wouldn't be relevant today if it wasn't for social media. You know what I'm saying? So another thing is a lot of these artists back in the day in the 90s wasn't even getting tell me you're a sexist without telling me you're a sexist. Okay. So past all that, Soldier Boy would have been still getting bullied by the Tillis twins.
damn, Soldier.
Soldier
Yeah,
Boy
but
would have
social media did help Soldier Boy go viral, and I mean,
facts.
as far as the it helped side, yes, it helped tremendously because, as we mentioned, Soldier Boy was able to go viral. There was a number of other people that was able to go viral, just whether they were rapping, singing, you know what I mean, making beats, playing an instrument, whatever. You know what I mean, it helped,
Hmm.
put them into a space where they needed to be, which was in the industry. You know what
Right.
I mean, open doors
But
and also
it also allowed artists to be more independent. A lot
right.
of people in the 90s and all that shit, and even in the early 2000s, and plus some, still to this day, but more so back then, it was prevalent that people were signing these terrible fucking contracts where they don't even have no real control over their sound, over their music, over their image, over their revenue because they have no skin in the game as far as their own popularity, as far as their own advertisement, anything of that nature. Now in today's society, rappers like how we both know now because of the last episode of What It Sound Like podcast, catch us every Thursday. But With that episode, La Russell from the Bay, he wouldn't be as popular as he is right now if it wasn't been for social media. You get what I'm saying? I think that social media has definitely been a great help. There are people who have way more leverage when it comes to signing contracts and leverage when it comes to making deals now because they're able to say, nah, I already have my own IG, I'm solidified, or I have whatever stamp that is that they're doing on their own, through different, like, even music platforms. They have way more control of their own, like NFTs and all that shit when it comes to their music. The only other thing I would say is that the downfall of having social media as a relationship to music is that people, again, as we talked about this last subject that we were just on, people are emotionally invested into these artists. And with that being said, when certain topics come to the light of social media, it ruins your image of the artist. Back in the day, we could hyper focus on just the music. So
Hmm.
that art form of just being a fan of music has been lost because we are way more invested in these people's personal lives and what they do and what they say than it is of, oh, I actually fuck with their music and their message. More people are so hyper focused on what people are doing outside of music that the music almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest factors of ruining it. I mean, a lot of people, in America, we, no, well, not we, but just the population, a part of the population is just so focused on, what are celebrities doing? I want to know. Like, there are people that will actually pay money just to, you know, probably follow a celebrity around just to see what they do 24/7. I mean, just to be right there like a fly on the wall. I mean, there are people that will probably pay a good ticket for that, and that's crazy. But also on the flip side of that, because social media has allowed that type of access to artists, and also allow artists to actually connect more with their fans in positive ways. We know, of course, the negative side of it because we see the comment sections, we see the screenshots and all that other stuff. We see it, but we also see the positive interactions that happen. And the one thing that also helped, is there's some songs that, may have got lost in the sauce, and people forgot it, but social media bring it right back up. You know what I mean? Bring it right back up. And next thing you know, that joint start trooming. That artist get a little buzz, get a little more money in their pocket. Go on tour or something. So, and also to your point earlier about giving artists more freedom, it definitely has. Because just if you have a great social media following, you could really just promote your career off of that. On your Instagram, your Twitter, or your Facebook lives or whatever you're doing. I mean, you got and you can control your narrative. You can control whatever contracts you want to sign because it's like, yo, listen, you see the work I'm doing just off of social media. So yeah, it's helped a tremendous deal. But it also ruined it because it has allowed some people that probably shouldn't even be in the music industry to have opinions. Like a DJ academics. Like but I'll
But
spare him. I'll
before we
spare him.
move on to another topic, in the positive aspect um, of mixing both the negative and the positive of social media when it comes to music is that we said on one hand, what I'm saying, the popularity and the control of your own revenue is more in the hands of the artist, and then on the other hand, we kind of lose respect of the artist because of social media. But I want to mix those two things and talk about a beautiful example, which is XX. That dude documentary was amazing. This dude literally filmed his whole life and made his stardom through social media. He literally figured out the matrix and said, "I'm going to flood this as much as I can until I make it," and he made it. And we would not have the documentary of this example of this man's lifestyle, the ups and downs, and getting these like closeness to this artist in a beautiful way, which was a great thing. The way that we was able to receive from that. was a great benefit to all of us and his fans. You know what I'm saying? So like again, two things can be true. And I think characters like XX is a beautiful example that, you know what I mean, two things can be true. On one hand, he had, you know, a great social media following. He did have a lot of money, but on the other hand, he had a downfall because of the mistakes that he made. So, you know what I mean, two things can be true. You know what I'm saying? So
And also in the tragic case of X, I mean, social media also played a part. You know what I mean, in his untimely demise. You know what I mean, just like also with Pop Smoke and others. You know what I mean, you leave that location on, or you going live and somebody see a landmark and they know where you at. I mean, it could get dark for you because there's some people out there preying on your downfall. You know what I mean?
facts.
So, social media is definitely in the what ruined it has definitely allowed access for like the niggas that's lurking, the niggas that's actually out to get you. I mean, you putting all your jewels and everything, your movements on Front Street. I mean, it's niggas watching you, and they want what you got, and they'll try to take it. But yeah, that's two things could be true though. You know what I mean? Social media has helped and ruined music at the same time, but I feel like it has helped more than it has ruined. It's kind of like we going to keep the percentages going like a 55-45 type of thing, maybe 60-40.
What in what way? In the benefit being the highest and the downfall being the lowest?
Yeah, helping being higher, ruining being lower. You know what I mean? But let's move on to the third topic. I mean, it's Halloween. You know what I mean? But all year round, people wear masks. You know what I mean? Because they hide who they
Bars.
really. You know what I mean? They hide who they really are from the people that they get close to, or the people that's already close to them. You know what I mean, do we ever really reveal our true selves to anybody? You know what I mean? Is your true self always hidden? I mean, or can you reveal it? You know what I mean?
Well, y'all, you want to get deep with it. This man want to get deep with it.
I mean, what you think about that?
I
Playing it.
mean, I feel as though, of course, nobody. I mean, that's not even a safe thing to do. Uh, what? All right, I don't know what. Some of these comments, bro, kind of throw me off. What does that
Academic.
even mean? Where does that even come from? He is the prize, but past
That
that, man.
he said that academic said he's the prize. I mean, so,
Oh, okay. I'm like, I was lost. He did say that shit. That motherfucker wild, bro. That's a wild dude. That's a wild dude, bro. And any person that gotta outly express that, that's it says a lot. But I don't think nobody truly knows anybody. You know what I'm saying? I think only God knows who we are. You know what I'm saying? Not even our parents, not even our loved ones, not even our marriages, our closest spouse. Nobody truly knows everybody 100%. I think that a lot of people um, they are masked by their ego, or they're masked by their insecurities, or you know what I mean, or they're masked by their ambitions. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that we portray for different reasons. Some are defensive mechanisms. Some are, you know, mean to lie to ourselves uh, for a better outcome in our reality. Some people are escapists. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people are into anime and shit like that, because they don't want to deal with reality. You know what I'm saying? They low key behind the scenes. I think that for dudes like me personally, I'm actually the opposite. I wear my heart on my sleeves. I'm very unapologetic about my mindset, who I am, and who I portray myself to be, because I don't portray to be anybody else that I'm not. I never pretend to have all the right answers. I never pretend that I'm anything that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I think that the only thing that with me is I'm not going to display my emotional traumas and my whatever it is, my climb to take me to get to where I'm at. If we talking about our mask, it's like I could be right now talking to y'all and be cool, but behind my mind, I'm thinking about shit that I got going on. But that's not for you to know. You know what I mean? Does that mean I'm not? Does that mean I'm wearing a mask? No, that just means that some things is not meant to be told and shared with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like only a select few should be trusted with that. I think when we was just talking about relationships and all that, and if I'm going on a tangent, let me know. But when we was talking about relationships, it was somebody, I don't know who it is, but when he said it, it really stuck with me. He said that he said women treat their sexual sanctity the same way that men treat their emotional sanctity. And I think that's very true. Like women hold their yoni to be very much so the um the thing that they have to hold dear because men can take advantage. And I think that men's emotions are something that we protect because that's something that women can take advantage. And so like that's just one of those things that I think it holds very true. And that's why my emotions I only share with the selected few that I trust.
Hmm. That's I agree with you there. You know what I mean? I do feel like everybody wears a mask. You know what I mean? You I feel like everybody reveals what they want to reveal to certain people. You know what I mean? It all depends on the individuals you around. Some people get around you want to express your whole being to them. You know what I mean? You want them to know you for who you are. Some people you're a little bit more reserved. You know what I mean? You might not show them everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, we all wear masks, you know what I mean? We all wear masks all year round, like I said. You know what I mean? It's definitely excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, but we all wear masks. My bad. I got a little choked up there.
You good.
I mean,
Talking about this kind of reminds me of Kanye on When It All Falls Down. You know what I'm saying? That whole song is about
right.
really wearing masks if you really break it down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because a lot of people we have our own insecurities. You know what I mean? That everybody may not feel as confident about. You know what I mean? It's I know it's certain things like I may to certain people I may come off as like confident sometimes, arrogant maybe. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of things, that I'm insecure about. You know what I mean? I love myself, but there's still things that I know I can improve and I want to be better. You know what I mean? So I do tend to hide those things from people, but if I'm close enough to you, you know what I mean, you would know what my insecurities are, and you
Right.
will know what my insecurities are. You know what I mean, once, you know what I mean, like I said, I let you in like that, but not everybody's going to, be afforded that opportunity to know all your insecurities, all your secrets, you know what I mean, your desires, whatever, you know what I mean, all that. So, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one thing about me is that everybody knows, like regardless if we on the blood cartel or not, I'm a godly man. I love God. I believe in God. I put my faith in God. You know what I mean? I try to implement that in the way that I act and the way that I talk. However, with that being said, my faith is hella weak when it comes to manifestation. Me believing that, yeah, I put things in God's hands, but do I have the faith that God is going to make it happen? That's something I struggle with all the fucking time because, unlike for a lot of people, I've struggled a lot in my life. You know what I mean? I come from Oakland, California. You know what I'm saying? I've been homeless before. You know what I'm saying? I already had expressed some shit in the last episode of this that I didn't even realize was a problem until we talked about it. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like a nigga done had a lot of misfortune. So it's like I put my faith in God because I know I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. However, when it comes to success and things changing for the better, because I'm so used to bullshit, it's like that's a part where I struggle with. And for some people, that can come off like I'm wearing a mask. It's like, nigga, how you gonna be telling me every day to be, have better spirits, believe in God, and be positive on this other shit. But when it come to you, and it's like, oh, you got this job opportunity, or when it comes to relationships, and you like, you don't have confidence in your person because you've been whatever in the past. It's like, how you gonna say that if you not showing me that you have that same faith? So in a way, I'm wearing a mask too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man. At the end of it, we all wear masks. You know what I mean? You never really reveal your true self. I mean, it's like as you said in your opening statement, the only one that really knows who you are is yourself and God. You know what I mean? That's that's really the truth. Because once you grow up, you know what I mean, your parents may like when when they're having you or when they had you, they may think of, oh yeah, your life is gonna go out to be this way and all that. But as you grow up, you know what I mean, you develop your own view of the world and how you want to move. You know what I mean? So you become a totally different person. And there's some things about you that your parents will never know. There's some things about your parents that you'll probably never know. You know what I mean? And that's just the way life is. You know what I mean? The only person that really knows is the people that we mentioned before, yourself and God.
And I honestly think some of us don't even know ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like
and some of us don't
I
know
don't know
ourselves.
my nigga. I don't know my own worth. You know, I was niggas with this peer pressuring me to be on podcasts, nigga. If Chris can tell you, nigga, I didn't want to be on podcasts. I was not that nigga. Niggas, I was just a fan. I was just a nerd who liked this type of product and was like, oh, I'm a fan. Niggas was like, you know what, come on. And I just started trying to get more comfortable. But people were like, bro, we love nigga, you have way more influence and whatever about yourself than you give yourself credit for. So I don't think that we really know ourselves. I think that it take only God really knows our potential and what we capable of. I think we lie to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I think also growing in life, we change every day. You know what I mean? I remember Lauren Hill has said I had to reintroduce myself to my mother and my father because you know people have precognitions of who they think you are, but you changing every day, or you changing every year, or you changing with every experience. Every pain and downfall that you go through changes you in some form or fashion. You'll never be the same person. You might have the same essence of who you were, the same foundation, but the way that you move, the way you mature is going to change you ultimately for the rest of your life.
Right. And I do also think that the mask we wear also can, affect your relationships or affect everybody's perception of you. You know what I mean? Because as we just seen in the comments, some people take that mask off and they reveal who they really are, and it could be in just a split second, just one singular moment where you really revealed your true self, whether you reveal yourself to be ignorant or racist, or, you know what I mean, uh, fucking abuser or whatever, you know what I mean, just a bigot, whatever. You know what I mean, you expose yourself within that one split second, you know what I mean. You can never really wear a mask again, you know what I mean, because now we know, you know what I mean, we know who you are. I mean, it's no faking. I mean, it's out in the front. It's out in Front Street. And there is some people who don't wear masks at all. There's some people who are just, this is me. You know what I mean? This is who I am. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know what I mean? And they just carry about their life like that. You know what I mean? But more times than not, there's people that, like we said before, you have the insecurities and you gotta hide who you are. You know what I mean? And also this, as we talked about with social media, perception. You know what I mean? How people view other people's lives or how their lives should be and all that. You know what I mean? A lot of people pretend to be something that they not. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hold on. All right, nah. That's an old comment. Last segment, if you knew better, you do better. You know what I mean? And this is some real shit right here. You know what I mean? So it's not the morals or catching feelings that deter me from casual hookups. It's a lack of testing and easy transmissible viruses. Can't, you know what I mean? Now,
Run that back for me one more
that,
time. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. Run it back one more time.
hold on, let me
It's
run that
not
back.
the morals or catching feelings that deters me from casual hookups. It's the lack of testing and easy transmissible. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Can't hear kiss a nigga. All right, I got
Now,
it.
this leads me into the, go get tested or just not even tested. Go get yourself checked out. You know what I mean? A lot of men, especially black men, you know what I mean? We don't even bother to, you know, slide to the free clinic
We
or
not doing this.
slide to the
We not doing this.
hospital.
not doing
hospitals
that.
to get no, bro. It's real shit. It's bro. I know a ton of niggas that won't even. I mean, visit a hospital if they. I mean, like ain't getting no checkups, ain't getting no STD
Wow,
tests, HIV. Like
that's
if
wild.
you gonna be out here running around messing with women doing this and that, bro, you gotta get yourself checked out. Go get yourself tested. You know what I mean? Why not? I mean, if you know you sliding in Jones, sushi ganging, you know you raw in it. You know what I mean? Bro, slide to the clinic real quick, get you a test, and just keep it. I mean, it's for your own peace of mind as well. You know what I mean? I'm just, but what's your opinion? Because it seemed like you know what I mean? What's up?
I just hate every time that we have a conversation and it comes to this. A lot of this is like I feel like puts black men in a negative light or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's the niggas where you at, and I'm not saying that's not niggas. You know what I'm saying? People make the distinction between men and niggas or whatever how you want, however y'all want to do it. But me personally, I can only speak from personal experience, and for me personally, I always get tested. I always wear fucking condoms. I don't actually have random hookups and shit like that. I actually have friends who women that I have friends that are way more hypersexual than I am that do threesomes and all this other shit that invite me and I'm not with it because that's just not the lifestyle that I live. However, I'm safe. Even in my last partnership, when we was about to have sex, we both wanted to get tested first. And that was off of our responsibility as adults because we're much older. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's older to y'all, but we ain't teens. We ain't in our 20s no more. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we gonna get into this. You know what I'm saying? More than likely, we not wearing a condom. So let's be safe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm responsible, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm a veteran, so like I get free checkups, you know what I'm saying? So I go to the VA, I get my little checkup, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I personally, because as somebody tried to say, being sexist or whatever like that, I'm one of the most pro women dudes you'll ever meet in your fucking life. I was raised by a single mom, I was raised by my grandmother. I'm an older brother of 8 sisters. So I know a lot more. I don't have way more understanding and empathy towards women than a lot of women would give me credit for. And I would never sleep with a woman unbeknownst, knowing that I have a disease and give it to her, bro. I've never been like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think
And
one of
that's
the pro women things you can do is make sure you get checked up.
and I applaud you for that. And I'm not trying to make black men look like when I say niggas, I mean a lot of people. Yeah, you may automatically think I'm talking about black people. No, when I say niggas, that is just ignorant, a group of ignorant people. That's my definition of niggas. So it has nothing to do with color. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. I'm not trying to make black men look. You know what I mean? Not on this platform. You know what I mean? No, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Because I am a black man. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm a pretty good black man, and I like to speak for the black men that are good. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? But yeah, but I also believe that there's a lot of dudes, you know, you yourself are not one of them, but there are a lot of men and just women, and not even just, I'm not even just talking to men either. Women, men and women that will have sex with multiple people, no condoms, this and that, and won't even bother to go get themselves tested. There's people that know they have shit and will still have sex with a motherfucker, won't tell them. You know what I mean? It's the whole gist of this is stop being sexually irresponsible. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Stop being
Facts.
sexually irresponsible. You know what I mean? And also for your own peace of mind to know that all right, I don't got no fucking disease. You know what I mean? Or I don't got no virus or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I'm good. Like I mean it's for your own peace of mind. Like go get checked out. You know what I mean? Just that's all I'm saying. Just you can't be out here if you know you're gonna be actively fucking. You know what I mean? Get yourself checked out. I mean,
That's a
stop the bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
fact.
This is for
Sound like
everybody. This ain't just for men. This is for men and women. You know what I mean?
it's not for men.
Take your ass to that clinic. Get yourself checked out.
Facts.
Make sure you ain't got shit. You know what I mean? Be sexually responsible. Yeah, we
Facts.
don't support Charleston White out here. No, not on this platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if you knew better, you do better, dog. Like, just go get yourself checked out. Go get
And
tested.
for me, man, like you say, if you knew better, you do better. I actually was raised. I guess to my boy Hollywood point. I do got some horn dog ass niggas in my family. You know what I'm saying? That be raw dogging. My dad, I remember when I told him I was buying condoms and shit like that. He said, "You buying condoms?" Y'all know I don't know if you've seen Don't Be a Menace where he was just like, "No man, that hide all the feeling." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that was my pops. You know what I'm saying? So I can say that I can testify to say that some black man got the game fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But fortunately, like I said, I was mostly raised by women and my grandmother or whatever. So I understand that men influence and nigga I don't give a fuck attitude and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just slanging meat anywhere. But however, you know what I'm saying? Because I was raised to respect women and love on women and shit like that, I don't play them type of games and I have much more self-respect for myself than to just give my meat to anybody without no protection. That's wild as shit. I don't give a fuck how bad the female is at all.
Mm-mm. Yeah, nah. I mean, you definitely want to make sure if you're going into a new relationship or just if you even having a casual, you know what I mean, let the person know your sexual history as far as if you up to date with your checkups, man. Like, you know what I mean, just for both of y'all safety and for both of y'all peace of mind. You know what I mean, so you don't be wondering like, damn, I hope this motherfucker ain't give me nothing. Like, you know what I mean, like you should never finish having sex and have that thought in your mind, like, damn, I hope I ain't catch some shit. Like, nah, like just be responsible. But
Fact.
this has been episode 5 of Welcome to Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, we are now going to be on Saturdays at 6 p.m. But I will not be on next Saturday. You know what I mean? Just letting you know that. So episode 6 will be dropping 2 weeks from now. You know what I mean? I probably won't have. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about yet, but I'm gonna have it down pat by then. I'm also gonna introduce the new Ask the Sensei segment. You know what I mean? I'm gonna drop the not going live link or whatever, so you could just go on my Instagram, ask me whatever the not whatever, cause like don't be asking me no off the wall shit. Like I mean, but you can ask me some questions. You know what I mean? And I'll answer them for you live. You know what I mean? So yeah, but HollyHood Sensei the Blur Cartel CEO status. You know what I mean? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Blur Cartel on all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. Audio is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. You know what I mean? Shout out to Overall 99 Media, GDC Mafia. I think Make It Make Sense should be coming on tonight. You know what I mean? And you know what it sound like every Thursday at 7. You know what I mean? Zell will be going through the Sheryl Crow documentary next week. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a good John, you know. So yeah, comment. Where can they find you?
Hollywood tonight. All right, man. It's your boy the comment KHAN underscore man dot 510. That's the Bay. Catch me on Universal Base. Catch me on the Blur Cartel. You know we doing well. Catch me on What It Sound Like podcast. You get your best reviews and interviews. And yeah, man, catch me on Tap In No Cap. And we're basically, if you blurred and you've seen it, what's your opinion? I mean, this is my third appearance, and welcome to Hollywood, man. So pretty much almost anywhere you can find Chris at, I might slide through, man. So support your boy, which is, you know what I'm saying, talking about Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Support him. You support him. You support me because we a team. You feel me?
Sure. I mean,
Pause.
make sure y'all checking that Tap In No Cabin, man. You know, I might slide through another episode. You know what I mean?
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, next one we talking. Well, you ain't. I don't think you gonna make that because you ain't gonna be. You gonna be indisposed. But
Yeah.
we got an episode this week, and we gonna be talking about kinks. So we getting into that bag
Mm-hmm.
this week. So yeah, y'all tune in for that.
All right, but you know, Sensei of the Blur Cartel CEO status. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all. You'll probably see me on. I might make an appearance on After Dark tonight if there is an After Dark. But you will see me this week on the Locker Room and Culture Watch. I mean, I'll be on there. But you know, other than that, you go see me 2 weeks from now. You know what I mean? It's your boy. We about it.